Alright guys, back working on the van and we're doing a little bit of maintenance. Today, I say maintenance, I'm changing the EGR valve. They're fairly common for going on these. This is a 2011 Nissan Primastar or the Vivaro Traffic, same thing. It's a 2 litre, 115 brake horsepower. And this is the EGR valve. Okay. Now, if you're going to do this, there's two different ones and you need to check which one you want, and there's two different plug sizes. So the best way to check, like I have, is just look and see what plug size you've got. Mine's a 5-pin, so that's the easiest way to check, because not every place is sure, and you don't want to take it off and realize it's the wrong part, because that would be not ideal. And it's literally right down here under airbox. So I've seen people do this when they take off the front bumper, all the arch liners, all that stuff, but I'm going to try and do it without doing any of that, and I'm going to take you guys along the ride with me. First thing to take off is this boost pipe here, so flathead there, flathead down there, and then unplug this sensor and that'll all come off as one. Next thing, the airbox needs to come out, so undo that pipe and that can fold out the way there somewhere. Get this little plug off and then that little flathead, and then you lift the airbox off and that'll pull straight out. Alright, next thing to take off is this boost pipe here, so flathead for that. There's a little 10mm there, and there's these clips here to get this pipe off. I'll show you more about that when I get it off, because it'll be easier to explain. Okay, so now that pipe's off, this little clip here, you have to squeeze them and then pull it off to release it. So you can like wedge your screwdriver around the side of it, but I could just about get it on my fingers. Squeeze that, pull it off, and it comes off. And that little 10mm bolt I've just put back in that pipe, so I know where it goes. And then if your memory is bad like mine, just lay things out in order that they come out. Okay, so the next thing I'll take off is this big metal frame. So 10mm there, 10mm there, and there's two 10mm at the back there, and you can just about move these coolant pipes out of the way. Get a deep 10mm socket and you can get them off. Okay, so next thing on the list, throttle body. So this plug needs to come off, and then there's 4 8mm holding the throttle body on, and then there's 2 8mm there and there that have got a bracket on. So once you've got them off, that'll come out of the way. While you're at it, good idea to cover up your holes, just in case. Alright, so we're finally at the piece that we want to replace. And just judging by the gasket I've taken off, it's been leaking oil past that, which is why it's got oil down there. So the good thing about replacing this, you're going to get fresh gaskets, so I can get rid of that. So, 2 10mm to get this bottom pipe off. And on here it's 3 10mm, those top two, and then as you can see on the new one there's one at the bottom. So what I'm going to do to get to that, I'm going to use like a long extension and sort of go in underneath from there, and I should be able to get it off. And then the plug, and we should be able to get that off nice and easy now. Okay, so we have the EGR valve off, and yeah, it's full of gunk, but not just soot, there's moisture in there. Now, with these EGR valves, they recirculate air and reuse it. And within this system, there's an EGR cooler, which basically cools down the exhaust gases that get recirculated around and then back through the intake. And you can see there's water in there. Now, water shouldn't be in there. So if we think back originally, the complaint was the engine light was on the dash. So the cause, the EGR valve. Now, I could just replace an EGR valve, but the actual problem is not the EGR valve. Yes, it's dead now, but what's caused this to die is the cooler. The cooler's leaked coolant, and you see it's got a shaft there. Now water's got in there, and water and metal don't really get on too well, especially when it's just sort of like mild steel, and that's seized up and killed it. So the actual root cause is the cooler. So to completely cure the problem, I need to replace the cooler as well, which is fine. I can do that, and I'll show you guys how to do all that. Probably going to save that for another video, but I'll show you more extent of the problem now. Okay, so this bit of metal here, that's the EGR cooler. So the exhaust gases come through here, cools through here, and then loops round, goes through the EGR valve, and then back through the intake. Now that's got like fins in it like a normal radiator, and I suspect that's leaking, and you can see that there's moisture on here that shouldn't be there, and in there it's wet. You know what I mean? It's not just grease and oil, you can see water on there. So that's failed and leaked water. So to take that off, there's two 10mm to get this off, and then there's got 4 bolts, one there, and then 2 underneath, and then little ones to get that off. And obviously once I take that out, it's got a coolant pipe there, and a coolant pipe just underneath there. So I'm going to get coolant everywhere, but that's fine, it's just the nature of the job. So what I'll do is, to make it easy for myself to get to them little bolts, I'll probably take this coolant pipe off, and I'll change the coolant while I'm at it. So guys, that's going to be about it for this video. The camper van is off the road for the next few days, but it'll be easy fix, and I'll do a video of how to change that cooler and the coolant and all that stuff while I'm at it when I get that part. Still need to order it, so I need to sort that out. But it's a bank holiday weekend, so nothing's going to happen now for a couple of days. So I will catch up with you guys in the next video of me fixing that and getting it back on the road.